Sweet friends, I hadn't been over here in so long. I have a 1/2 inch of water in that pot. And we are going to, here's the situation. Here is the situation. Since I've been gone, the refrigerator's empty, the pantry's empty, and you look in there to see what you can find to eat. Okay, here's what we're going to eat today. I know you always have potatoes. I've got some regular potatoes. As a matter of fact, I think this is the only 3 that I could even find in the potato basket over there. Now, you may never have heard of thickening potatoes. It is a comfort food. I know that you have it in your kitchen right now, these potatoes. As a matter of fact, I know you have all these ingredients that I'm fixing to use. You have every one of them. So if you don't want to cook tonight much, but you want something that's like soul food, and you want something really super good, then this is the video for you, sweetheart. So I'm just going to peel these potatoes, and I've already got my water trying to get it boiling. And I think I could eat 3 potatoes. I have been gone all week to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to Macon, Mississippi, to the Catfish Cook-Off, and to the Dancing Rabbit. I signed books. We sold books. I bought a dog house for Dallas and Anna and William's little dog. It was so cute. They had booths and things there, and I walked past this booth, and there sat this cutest doghouse. And I asked them, I said, do y'all make these? Because they didn't have but one. They said, this is an example of what we make, that the boys make. I don't know if it was in shop or something like that. Let me rinse these off. Like in shop. And so I said, well, I want it. She said, would you mind leaving it here to the end of the day so that we can show it and maybe get some orders? I said, I'd love to, because I'm going to be down there signing books anyway. When you cut this up, what I do is I cut it in 4ths like this. And then I just come over here to my pot, because the water's boiling, and cut little chunks. You don't want it too big. I'm going to cook those. This is so quick and easy. But anyway, so I bought the doghouse, and some sweet men put it in the back of my truck for me, and we left with it. Y'all, I don't know if you're watching tonight and you came to the Dancing Rabbit, but I'm telling you, I met some of the sweetest people, and they came from all over the United States. And some of them told me that they had had cancer and that I got them through it. They said they watched me. They just watched me. I've got to have a little piece of an onion in it. I'm not going to put this in it, though. I'm just going to put this on top. They watched me in the video during their treatments when they got home, because they didn't have the energy to do anything, y'all. There's so many people out there that are going through hard times. I mean, with disease or whatever, divorce, financial problems, heart problems, broken legs and feet and ankles, the loss of a loved one. See what you can do to help those folks, please. All right, I'm going to just put these to the side real quick in another pan, because I want to show you how to do the potatoes. I don't want to spend too much time on this part, because you've seen this a zillion times, I know. Y'all are going to be real shocked. This is a very old-timey recipe. Old, though. Let me show y'all something. I got tired of bending over in my kitchen, so I moved my, look here. I had this cabinet right here, and so what I did is I took my black skillets and put it up and down this cabinet, which is, there's my kitchen, see? And then I can just walk right around the corner and pick out whichever hot thing thing I want. I'm gonna put it on my eye right here. It made it so easy for me. I don't know if you're the same way, but I can't get down and crawl around on the floor like I used to. All right, so we're gonna boil these to their fork tender, which shouldn't take me just maybe 5 minutes because it doesn't take long. I'm gonna put a pat of butter in this skillet and turn it on, and we're gonna saute some onions real quickly. Have you got an onion in your kitchen? Have you got one? I hope so. If you don't, you surely don't have to put this. This is extra. You do not have to have it. All right? Now then, I'm going to take some of that Mississippi State cheese that was given to me. I'll cut me off a little wedge of it. They make cheese at Mississippi State, and I got this and some kind of a yellow, a whitish looking one. This cuts a lot better when you've got it room temperature, but I've been gone all week, so I thought, well, I'm not doing that. Anyway, we met some really sweet people. I went to Macon with to judge the Superior Catfish contest. And next month, I'm going to feature the one that won it. But Carol went with me, and Andre and Pam. And then we just had the best time. And listen, I posted some pictures. That onions making me cry. Let me wipe my eyes out. Wait a minute. Oh, goodness. See, most of the time when I'm cutting onions, I have contacts on, and then you won't cry. But, all right, let's get these onions kind of softened up a little bit. I'm gonna turn them down some. We don't leave them high. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. But we had a truck full, and then afterwards, we did all kinds of things. The next day, on Sunday, we went to a church service in an old church. And it was, what was the name of that town? Anyway, it was an abandoned church that some people took over, and they fixed it up and just made it so pretty, and they keep the grounds up, and there's an old cemetery out there with very, very, very old graves in it, which we enjoyed looking at those and seeing who they were. I looked to see if I saw any with the last names of some of my relatives, and I did see one. That doesn't mean I'm kin to them, but you could look it up and see. It could be. All right, that's more than enough cheese right there for just me. You don't have to have the cheese. You don't have to have the onions. All you've got to have is the potatoes and what I'm going to show you that goes in it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move y'all over here because we're fixing to finish up right here. So I want you to see. I'm going to take this light and put it over here so y'all can see super duper good. I'm going to plug it in right here. I've missed y'all. I have missed you since I've been gone. Okay, we've got our onions cooking. All right, here's what you do, y'all. You test. Now remember, I didn't have like a half of an inch of water in here. That's all I wanted. And look how small the potatoes are. Let's see how close they are to being done. Maybe another 2 minutes and they'll be ready. So here's what you do while you're waiting on them. You get you some, well, first of all, let me salt this because I didn't do that. Put a little salt and a little pepper. All right, and here comes the good part. You don't need much flour. And as you put the flour in, you can judge whether to put the rest of it in. We're going to make a slurry of flour and whole milk. If you don't have whole milk, you can use water. You can use water. All right, so I'm just going to do this. Let me stir that again. And now I'll go back to this. Whoop! Y'all, I'm making the biggest mess today. I needed a bigger bowl, didn't I? Get the knots out of it, that's for sure. Don't put in a lot of milk at one time. Just put in a little like I did, because it doesn't take much. And I'll show you what we're going to do the rest of it. All right? Let me show you this now. Y'all, when you're cooking this, you know I didn't hardly put any water in it. See there? Can you see that in there? Look at there. It's almost gone. You don't want it completely gone, but you got to be careful. All right, then take your slurry that you've done and add a little more milk to it. Since you've got all the knots out, see, you can add some more milk. Okay, come over here. Closer, closer, closer. Your grandmothers made this dish, y'all, because they didn't have anything much to eat. There's only just a little water in there. Maybe, looks like about 3 or 4 tablespoons. Put you some whole milk in there. It doesn't matter how much, but put you some. Stir it around a little. Because my potatoes are done. See, you don't do it now until your potatoes are done. Now I'm going to add some of this thickening. That's why they're called thickening potatoes. And then we're going to add something that's at the end that's going to really surprise you. All right, we're going to stir it, and I'm going to just add a little bit at a time. And what this is doing is it gets thick in there. I'm going to add half of it. I don't want it to be too thick because I can't eat all of it if it's too thick. Okay, our little onions are looking mighty good. Okay. All right, it's beginning to thicken up. Let me show y'all. I'm going to turn it down some. And turn it down. See how it's kind of getting thick in there with the milk, but you don't want to scorch it, so stand here and stir it a little bit. This is going to be a good supper for me tonight, and it's going to be made out of practically nothing. But I will be satisfied. It's going to be a high potassium, high protein supper. And you said, Brenda, you ain't even got any protein in it. Well, watch this. I'm going to put a little bit more of the flour, because I want it thicker than that. Just a little bit more. I'm not going to use all of it. Now then, that's good. This is what I want right here. If it gets too thick, add a little bit more of your milk or your water, whichever one you got. If you don't have anything but water, that's okay. All right, come over here and look in the pot. I want to show you something. See that good? Do you see how that looks right there? It's almost like a potato chowder, but it's not going to be a potato chowder. It's going to be a thickening potatoes. Now then, here comes the surprise part. You turn it extremely low, like 1 or something like that. You can take an egg, or you can take multiple eggs and multiple potatoes and multiple thickness according to the size of your family. I want 2 eggs. So what you do is this. This is just barely boiling. Look at that, just barely. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn it down one more click. It's on low now. I'm going to crack an egg, put it in my bowl so I don't get any holes in it. And you take this egg, it's almost like a poached egg, and you gently, very gently, drop it in the potatoes so it doesn't tear up. And see it down in there. Now we'll do another one. And this is where your protein is coming from. All right. Do that. And gently, very gently, put that one in. Now, look at what it looks like. I'm going to let that sit in there until the white gets done, and the yellow will be kind of sort of done because it's poaching in that. Now, you can't be stirring it around or anything. That's why I've got it on very low. When George was a little boy living on the farm, they didn't have a whole lot to eat. As a matter of fact, a lot of people didn't have a whole lot to eat. Our onions are done. I'm going to turn them off. But what they did have is they had chickens. And the chickens lay the eggs, and those are high protein. So the mother would fix as many dishes as she could with eggs. So I've seen Miss Gantt do a big old pot of potatoes and drop eggs in that slurry, that thickening like that. And she usually dropped at least one and sometimes 2 eggs per person in there. But now she had a big pot because she, you know, she had 5 kids. So, and it poaches in there. So the potatoes are high in potassium, and that really helps your body. And so a lot of y'all said, oh, you know, I can't eat a potato, that's fattening. Well, everything else is fattening too. So if you like potatoes, eat them. I eat them. I love potatoes. Any way you slice them, boy, I love them. So this is beginning to, our little white is turning white in there. See how they're doing? They're sitting in there and they're cooking. If you stir it, take your spoon and don't really stir it. Just kind of barely move some around. If it gets too thick, add just a little milk. Not much, okay? Now then, you can take this hot stuff, get your little spoonful of it, and put it on top of your egg so that your egg can cook from the top. We're going to leave it in there a few minutes and let it poach. And I'm going to add a little more pepper because I like a lot of pepper on mine. And that's it. And when this gets poached, we're going to eat it together. And I'll show you how it looks. I'm going to turn y'all off for a second. You know, it won't be long, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And so the video won't be so long. Listen, y'all, at the end of this video, I'm going to put some more pictures that I took during the week that I was gone. Of some of the other people that y'all didn't get to see. And so I'm going to put those in there. If you see somebody you know, would you call them and say, look, Miss Brenda's put you at the end of the thickening potato video so they'll know that they're in there. I met some real sweet children, and they had music and everything up and down the street and vendors and all that stuff. I told y'all about the old gas station the other day, and I was shocked. I was really shocked at the number of you who wrote in and said, there's an old gas station in our town, and they use it as a beauty parlor. There's somebody write in and said, yes, we have a pizza parlor in ours, and there were, I couldn't believe it. And I am so excited to know that people who have imagination and the willpower to work and the get up and go attitude, that they're taking those old gas stations and using them, and the building's already there. You just kind of refresh it and put in some extra touches. This one that I went to, it was the, what was it? Blue Truck Cafe. I'm sorry, it wasn't cafe, it was coffee. The Blue Truck Coffee was the name of theirs in Macon, Mississippi. And it was so good. We had breakfast there, me and my little friends, and it was just beautiful. I love people who are creative. I do. I got a gift today from a sweet follower. Said it was from my birthday, but it's a while for my birthday because I'm not until November. But anyway, she sent me a beautiful yellow sweater. It was not pale yellow, but a soft yellow, a fall color yellow. And then she sent me a turquoise sweater thing. They're both really cute. They're larges because I'm bigger than y'all think I am. All right, let's look, see what's happening over here. I think they're ready. I won't have to turn you off. I think they're ready. Let me get my bowl. Okay. See, that was a quick and easy supper. High protein. Okay, I'm going to just dip in there and get my egg. And get the other egg. Now I'm going to put the potatoes and things. I didn't want to break my egg up. And you've got a thickening in there, y'all. A thickening. Can you see how thick the juice is and how creamy it is? And it's made with that good milk. And I didn't do but 3 potatoes. But I am so hungry. I'm hungry tonight. Oh, Lord, y'all can't even see. I'm so sorry. I forget to look back in here to see. All right, I've got my potatoes in there. I've got my eggs in there. I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on it. I don't think I'm going to use all this cheese because I want to taste the potatoes. I'm just going to put just a little bit. I'll put the others in a baggie and put them in the refrigerator. Okay, I'm going to put me some onions. Remember, you don't have to have milk and you don't have to have onions. The only thing you've got to have is potatoes, eggs, water, or milk. You can use water, see, if you want to. I should have put this butter in the potatoes as they were cooking, y'all. And that way it'd be all melty. I am so excited to eat this. I love stuff like this. It's a soul food for sure. All right. Where's my fork? I don't guess I got it out. Let me get one. And I've got more good news for y'all too. In the next few days, you're going to start getting your coffee table book. They have finished printing it, and it is being mailed. So everybody won't get them exact same day because, you know, they'll do some one day and some another. All right, let's see. Let's get us a good bite right here. That's a piece of egg right there. And the potatoes. That real white part right there, that's the egg. Y'all, you're going to love this. You're going to love it. And look how easy it was to make. So good. The Lord saw fit to bring me back home safely, which I'm thankful for. I got to go to my son's house too and be with them. Last night, he cooked me smothered gizzards over rice and onions. It was so good. We just made ourselves sick eating so much of it. Anna was busy making corsage, not corsages, I guess it is a corsage for their homecoming, William's homecoming dance. He's a senior this year, so. And today they had, I don't know if it's called Old Folks Day or what. He looked so cute. He had suspenders on, a little golf-looking hat, a walking cane, dress shoes. He was darling. I took a picture. I'll try to put that in there too. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for coming in this little red kitchen with me. And remember, your coffee table book, The Southern Mirror, is going to be on its way to your house in just a few days. So I am so excited to get it. Remember this too. Write whoever you're buying it for Christmas, please write them a note in it. There's plenty of room at the first of the book with some pages that you can write on and write on them. I hope you'll love the pictures, and I painted stuff in there for you and everything, and I think you'll love it. I hope so. I'm going to put the link in there just in case some of you want to go ahead and order it for your Christmas presents. Be easy to wrap. You can write a pretty note in there and put it on their coffee table. Put it under their tree first. It'd be a big old package. Mine should be here in a day or two too, and I'll show it to you. I'm glad I got back safe. I'm glad I got to be back with you. Y'all have a wonderful night. Please share this. Please comment. I'd love to read some more comments about the gas stations. I would. Or some other unusual building that your town did something with to preserve the history of your town. That would be great. And make you some thickening potatoes. Thickening potatoes with eggs in it. Love y'all. Bye-bye.